Welcome all to Week 9. Week 8 absolutely destroyed myself as I went 1-4 against the spread and only 2-3 straight up. Billy B decided to have a mediocre week this week and went 2-3 straight up, but snagged a 3-2 record for against the spread, bringing him above 500 this week. I'll tell you what, last week was just ass backwards. I mean, think about it. We live in a time where the Cowboys and Raiders are 6-1 and 6-2 respectively. The Vikings have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and it's apparently okay to throw huge pink dildos onto the field. I mean, look at that trajectory. A quick look back at our overall records on the season, it definitely seems like there are some problems picking against the spread this season, and surprisingly a tough time picking straight up for myself. These games are just becoming brutal and giving any given Sunday a whole new meaning. Last week's question of the week asked the viewers, in our Sunday night game, which player will have the game of their lives that night? I think this question came off as a bit confusing as only like 6 people answered it, but no one answered it relatively close, so we could just throw this question out the window. Before we get into the games, I want to reintroduce the idea of bringing back the top 5, a series that we do here, and in doing that, from here on out, I'll give you my top 5 teams every week. This week, we round off the number 5 spot with the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson could not get it done late in the fourth quarter, resulting in a small drop in rankings this week, but just edging out the Raiders and Vikings for the 5th spot. At number 4, we have my own team, the Atlanta Falcons. An impressive last-minute touchdown pass to Sanu for the 1-point win over a red-hot Aaron Rodgers secures this spot for them. Number 3, we have the Denver Broncos. Their defense was all over Phillip Rivers on Sunday and continues to be a hassle for any team that comes their way. Number 2 goes to Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, by far an impressive showing by a young man, facing the pressure of Romo returning and excelling against a great defense. They're a lock for number 2. And it may come as a surprise to no one, but the Patriots got the lockdown at number 1, by far the most dominant team in the NFL at the moment. Tom Brady is playing lights out and the defense is doing well overall. At this point in the season, I don't think anyone can stop them. This leads us to this week's question of the week. After Week 8, who are your top 5 teams in order in the NFL? Comment your response down below and best comments get featured in next week's video. Let's get into the games. Our first game we look at is the New Orleans Saints traveling to the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are coming off of a bye week, and the Saints are fresh from an impressive win against the Legion of Boom in the Big Easy. Drew Brees had his offense rolling last Sunday, and the Saints defense took advantage of an injured Russell Wilson. Can they continue this recently found success in Week 9 against a struggling 49ers team? To put it simply, yes they can. The 49ers have been a bad team this season. With all the drama that Kaepernick brings to the sidelines, it's just bad taste when it negatively affects your team. This is finally starting to blow over in the past few weeks, but still has some lingering effects. What was once a good defense has now become mediocre, and I am sure that Breeze will exploit it. Let's take the Saints straight up and the Saints -3.
All right, I like the New Orleans Saints -3 against the 49ers. The Saints are coming off a huge victory against the Seattle Seahawks, and I think that's going to carry over into this one. The 49ers are not a very good football team. The Saints defense actually played really well against the Seahawks last week, so I think that they can stop the 49ers and they'll outscore them. So take the Saints -3 and straight up.
The second game we look at takes a deeper look at the struggling Panthers heading into the Coliseum to take on the LA Rams. The Panthers and Cam Newton are coming off of an impressive home win against a versatile team in the Cardinals, and the Rams will be fresh off a bye week. Carolina has just been an abysmal team this season and hasn't really found their groove since losing Josh Norman and the Super Bowl last year. The Rams, however, have been finding ways to win games and have also found ways that Case Keenum can help them lose games. I think Jared Goff will finally get his first NFL start this week, and although it is much needed for the Rams, Carolina's defense should be able to step up to the task and get a solid win here. Cam came out earlier this week calling out Goodell for the lack of roughing the passer calls and the amount of late hits he has been taking recently. I think the league starts to notice this, and a few calls go his way this coming Sunday. Let's take Cam Newton and the Panthers straight up and a win by 3 points.
All right, I like the Carolina Panthers -3 against the Rams in this one. I think Cam Newton's going to get a couple personal foul calls go his way after complaining that he's not been getting them. I think the Panthers are going to go on a mini run after their big win against the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to get their run game going with Jonathan Stewart, who's back fully healthy now, and the defense has stepped up and has played like they should. So take the Carolina Panthers -3 and straight up.
Our third matchup takes a look at a rather impressive Tennessee Titans team traveling into San Diego to take on the Chargers. The Titans have been a really decent team this season, hanging in until the very end of almost every game they have been in. San Diego, on the other hand, is coming off of a brutal loss to their divisional rival, the Broncos. San Diego's offensive line did not stand a chance against Denver's defense, and it might be bold to say this, but the Titans' defense are progressing well this season and are easily a top 10 defense. I also like what the Titans are doing with Henry and Murray on offense. Let's take Marcus Mariota and the Titans to cover the 5.5 points, and on an even bolder prediction, let's take the Titans straight up. This will be a statement game for the Titans to show that they are true playoff contenders, if they could come out of San Diego with a win.
All right, I like the Tennessee Titans plus 5.5 against the San Diego Chargers. The Titans will have 10 days to prepare for this one. They are coming off a pretty big victory, divisional game against the Jaguars. Now, this spread is a little too high for me. With the way that the Titans can run the ball, clock control, I like them to cover this spread of 5.5, but I like the Chargers to win this game straight up. So I think the Chargers will win by like 3 or 4 points in this one. So take the Titans plus 5.5 and the Chargers straight up.
Our last game will probably be my lock of the week. The Buffalo Bills traveling to the West Coast to take on Seattle in the Hawks' Nest. Buffalo didn't look that great last week defensively, but then again, who would when you have Tom Brady to go up against? And Seattle is coming off of a tough loss dealt by the hands of the Saints. Buffalo has been really trying to prove to people that they can outdo the Patriots for the AFC East, but Rex Ryan seems to come up short of the playoffs in the make-or-break seasons. Seattle, however, is finally getting back to a more healthier team as a whole, and that includes Russell Wilson, who has been nursing an injury for the past 3 weeks. East Coast teams usually don't play well on the West Coast, especially those playing in Seattle. I think Seattle gets back on the winning track this week and beats Buffalo by at least 10. As much as I pray that the Seahawks don't make the playoffs again, this will be a good step in that direction for them.
All right, I like the Seattle Seahawks minus 6.5 against the Buffalo Bills. LeSean McCoy is not fully healthy. If he plays, he's not going to be 100%. The Seahawks are going to be coming home where they are very hard to beat. The Bills just don't have enough on the offensive side to score enough points to cover the spread. So take the Seahawks minus 6.5 in this one and straight up.
Boy, oh boy, am I going to piss off a lot of people this week. My upset pick this week, let's take the Cleveland Browns plus 7.5 against the Dallas Cowboys. Huge trap game here for the boys, and the funny thing is, they can afford to lose this game, as they are the top team in the NFC right now. Cleveland is playing for pride after starting 0-8 and has to win at some point, and that makes them dangerous, especially with the game being in Cleveland. You Cowboys fans can sound off in the comments below about how bad I suck for making this pick, but with everyone riding the Cowboys wagon right now, it wouldn't surprise me if the Browns got their first win against America's team.
All right, for my upset of the week, I like the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 3 against the Baltimore Ravens. Big Ben has started to practice this week. I'm not sure if he's going to play. It's still early in the week when we do this video. But either way, I still like the Steelers to win this game and plus 3. Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown are very hard to stop. They have other weapons as well. And I just don't see the Ravens, who are not playing very good football right now, being able to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So take the Steelers straight up and plus 3.
And here is the rest of our picks for Week 9. For this week's Shame Report, we start off with a butthurt Bears fan who stated, "The Bears are going to upset the Vikings, Jay Cutler will lead the team to victory, and the Bears defense will shut down Sam Bradford. Bet." As this statement was true, I'll give you your 5 seconds of fame. But call me and every other predictor out there crazy for picking the Vikings. I guess we really need to pay attention to our divisional home underdog rule. Going off of Cards fan 420's comment from last week about featuring Steven Hauschka and Chandler Catanzaro in the Week 8 Shame Report, I will do you one better. I feel as though kickers in the NFL are regressing this season. We saw missed kicks from Dustin Hopkins and Mike Nugent, which ultimately caused our second tie of the season, a missed game-winning field goal attempt from Sebastian Janikowski, which never happens, and a waste of a first-round pick in Roberto Aguayo.
And the kick is no good! Wow!
Like, literally.
You had one job.
And lastly, I'll put myself in the Shame Report. Going 1-4 against the spread is just absolutely unacceptable. It's like finding out your sister's pregnant, but you're the father. It's like voting for Donald Trump only for the system to rig out a Hillary Clinton win. Wait, even better, it's like lining up for it on 2nd and goal, down 4 with 26 seconds left in the Super Bowl, and passing the ball, only to have it being picked off by Malcolm Butler.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line!
Yeah, it's that bad. In the Hatbox Pick'em League, it may not look like a huge shift in power as Cameron Cressamore remains our leader overall in Week 9 with an overall record of 76-42, but there was definitely some movement in the top 8. The next 7 spots after our leader are decided within 5 points of one another. Congratulations to him, and don't forget to set your picks before the end of this week. In the Hatbox Survivor Pool, we saw 5 people out of our final 8 lose in Week 8, resulting in 4 more people being eliminated from contentions. Good luck to the last 4 people standing. Out of those still standing, there is only one person who has yet to get a strike against them. Our Week 8 leader and our overall last man undefeated so far is Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans has yet to get a strike against him and chose the New York Jets, who in turn won by 3 points. Congratulations to him, and don't forget to set your pick by the end of the week. After a mediocre Week 8, we look to rebound in Week 9, and the only way we can go is up. I will be starting to do a few giveaways over on my Twitter account starting this week. Don't forget to set your lineup in my Pick'em and Survivor pools, and don't forget to answer this week's question of the week. I hope all of you have a great week making your predictions and enjoy the games. I'll see you dudesons in the next video. Peace.
Go figure. Oh, baby, yes. It's time to pray to the heavens.